Welcome back. This is Suzanne Metz, Return to Work Manager, Puget Sound Workers' Compensation Trust. You've watched Part A, a discussion of the real problem. You have completed the solutions checklist. Now you're ready for Part B. Let's continue the conversation and talk about the solutions. How can your school district begin? You can start utilizing your injured employees' abilities by working our program. You began evaluating solutions by completing the solutions checklist in Part A. You have additional resources that are done for you, including early intervention by nurse case managers with RTW Inc. You have the resources built into your developing return to work program. I'm here for you too, with job modification recommendations on cases. It's all actually very easy. In typical cases, the most productive approach for school districts is maintaining the employee-supervisor relationship and empowering supervisors to help their injured employees stay positive and continue working, whether it be in modified duty or alternative duties while recovering from injuries. Now, the Human Resources Department and the HR professional is the one who should closely monitor and closely control the overall process. Supervisors should never convey information about benefits, leave, modified duty job offers, accommodations, restrictions, etc. That role belongs to the HR professional. The supervisor's message of caring and concern is limited. However, it's extremely powerful. It's a motivator for their injured employees to return to work. We recommend that you give your supervisors direction and scripted information so they can refer employees back to the human resources professional to continue guiding the process. The supervisor's phone calls and short email messages only take minutes each week. Doesn't cost much to do. It costs actually nothing for the district, and it supports the human resources process. Supervisors are very effective. Help them maintain that powerful influence that they have for the employer-employee relationship. We urge you always to work above the minimum legal requirements. The philosophy of our program is simple and utilizes what we all learned in our early school years. We learn to complete our work, go beyond the minimum effort, and do our best. We learn to cooperate and work with others. These same early lessons can be applied right now to the management of your employees and your district's workers' compensation program and return to work program. The sweet spot, or the best place to be, is in that upper realm of exceeds expectations. Working below the minimum legal requirement means high risk, higher costs, and the cost of litigation, low morale, and turnover, which can lead to inefficiencies and ineffectiveness at your school district. Puget Sound Workers' Compensation Trust promotes best practices or working above the minimum legal requirements. This is where you enjoy the lower risk, lower costs, engaged, productive employees. The best practices of working with loss control and establishing a return to work program can, with the right solutions, have minimal, if any, dollar cost. You'll hear this message over and over again over the coming months. Maintaining an interactive return to work program is the solution to almost all employer problems with their workers' compensation program. Communicating with employees in the interactive process, maintaining a positive, cooperative employee-employer relationship and going above the minimum means looking for work that your employees are able to do when injured. Our Puget Sound Workers' Compensation Program helps districts build interaction into each step of the claim and return to work process. The best part is that little bit of extra effort has no dollar costs to districts. Over time, these shifts in attitude and thinking will reward your district with overall lower costs, better and healthy return on investment. So what stops school districts from going forward and having the programs that they need and want? What are the perceived barriers that stop districts? Well, when there is change, there is inevitably resistance. So you may be asking, how can we bring about change when there is resistance? How can you as district leaders break through the barriers? The way through these barriers is to confront each one, examine each one for factual evidence, have the discussions, find the cost-neutral solutions that create the best outcome. It's very easy. We've already begun to confront. We don't want employees until they're 100%. And we have exposed it as a non-productive, weak reason to refuse to discuss reasonable job modifications for a temporarily restricted employee. We've already begun to tackle, we don't have time. I hope I've shown you already that it just takes a little extra time, maybe no additional time, to do the work. Districts tell me the unions won't let us. We don't want our employees until they're 100%. It takes too much time for the supervisors. It's not fair to other employees to do more work. One employee was injured during light duty, no more. We don't have the time. Well, we've covered that. We don't have the money. Oh, we've covered that. Employees take advantage of light duty. Well, I think you'll find that's not the case with good supervision. During 2017, we will continue to work through this list until we have knocked down every barrier. Why do return to work programs work for employers? Well, first, there are the employee benefits. They heal faster, maintain their dignity, and they don't have the financial loss. The employer has far more benefits. To retain employees, save time, maintain productivity, reduce claim costs, reduce premiums, those are true benefits. The little bit of extra time and effort to sit down and have discussions about your return to work program results in huge benefits for school districts. Why? Because when you address your employees' needs for dignity, stability, financial security, you create a loyal and dedicated, dependable workforce that will maintain productivity for the school district, reduce claim costs, reduce overall program costs and premiums. That's why return to work programs work for employers. How will we get this done? The interactive Puget Sound Workers' Compensation Trust return to work process is driven by the District Human Resources Department. Now here's a quick preview of your program and the program that you will soon have, which is ready to be rolled out on April 21st. We will continue to emphasize that the interactive process is owned and driven by human resource professionals. The supervisor and the employees begin the process by creating temporary and permanent accommodations in the form of modified work tasks. Human resources controls, guides, and monitors all processes, including employee contact. so that the management of the program can be equitable and compliant with federal, state, and any local regulations. Our goal is to help every school district in our trust implement an effective program that supports the district's mission and goals. You might say that the 2017 Return to Work program is a mission-driven program. We have 4 goals in 2017 that we want to accomplish by December 2017. Establish district-level return-to-work programs, provide an educational program for district employees, provide easy, done-for-you materials to save you time, and also form cohort groups that can share solutions and inspire other members. We'll talk about roles and responsibilities and also talk about the 3 phases of return to work. The 3 phases include the 3-day waiting period after the date of injury, the referral time where I work as well as RTW Inc. works to save you money, and finally the red zone where you do not want your program to go and you do not want your cases to go is the formal vocational rehabilitation plan. This red zone adds high claim costs. Throughout the training and program development, we'll continue to address all 3 phases of the return to work process. We'll show you how to stay in control by managing each phase. We'll spend time on helping you at your district set up the systems that take advantage of the 3-day waiting period when there's almost no cost, and we'll cover the best tactics to manage and cut short time in the critical yellow or caution zone when employees are receiving time loss benefits. This yellow time zone will receive continued focus because it's your last chance to control the claim costs and manage or influence your employees to return to work. We'll dive even deeper into solutions when we look at return to work stakeholders. We'll spend time to help you manage and best utilize the help from each of the stakeholders within the process. And that includes your medical providers, RTW Inc. nurse case managers, of course your supervisors, me, I'm here for you, as well as the Puget Sound Workers' Compensation Trust claim consultants. The top of the whole process is the district HR professional return to work coordinator. Our goal is for your district to have the best outcome for the employee who is right there in the center with a return to work plan. Because what is best for the employee is ultimately the best claim outcome and the best outcome for your district. The foundation of the program is the philosophy of step-by-step success. Starting on April 21st, we will begin to deliver a webinar series to help you guide your program and your staff, provide them with the resources and information they need to be successful. You'll be receiving supportive materials to provide them with the resources that they need to do their work easily and in less time. You'll be getting information in 3 different ways, so don't worry about missing anything. You'll get notifications by email of webinars and new materials. Plus, the new materials and webinars will be covered and listed in Sound Advice and the Sound Bites newsletters. If you miss a scheduled live event, you can always find the recordings and the materials posted on the Puget Sound Workers' Compensation Trust website. Each month, your staff will receive at least one best practice, and they'll learn how to implement it and own it. We are working to give you as many done-for-you templates and materials. so that your staff can easily customize your return to work program into what works best for your district. You want your programs to reflect your district goals and mission. What are your next steps? There are just 3 and they can all be done in less than 5 minutes. Use the leadership worksheet to begin assigning roles and responsibilities at your district. Use the solutions checklist and distribute it to start conversations. Call to schedule your annual program review with me, Suzanne Metz. Put the upcoming webinar scheduled for April 21st at 10 a.m., which will show you how easy the annual program review process is to complete. Look at your calendar and call me to schedule your annual program review meeting. Ideally, the meeting should be scheduled sometime in April, May, or June to help you stay on track and complete your program by October 2017. The review meeting takes just an hour. All you really need to do is schedule the meeting room, send out the meeting notice, and show up for the guided discussion. If you have questions or need help, call me. We are very excited about using our new webinar system called Zoom for the webinar series this year. As soon as it's set up, we will send out the link and the details about how you can join me on April 21st at 10 a.m. Until then, use your worksheets, use your solutions, and I'll be talking with you soon.